Hi there and welcome to the Met Office 10-day trend. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Well, Christmas in the UK anyway, so grey, damp and mild for most. And that's how things are likely to play out through the next 10 days. For many, it will be mild and damp. But having said that, it looks like we'll see some colder weather at first, this weekend for example, for northern parts of the UK. More on that in a moment. Let's take a look at the bigger picture to see what's going on with our weather and the high pressure that was centred over the UK at the beginning of the week. That's moved to Greenland. And to the north and the east of the UK at the moment, a lot of very cold air. However, that's been moved aside by this area of low pressure, which has brought much milder southwesterlies into most of the UK. But playing that through and into Christmas Eve and more especially Christmas Day, you can see those blues starting to sink further south again. Not desperately cold air, but certainly something chillier into Scotland and northern England through the festive weekend. Also, what's happening is the southwesterlies that have arrived will bring weather fronts with them, and we're seeing that at the moment. Bands of rain moving in from the southwest. But what these bands of rain do is they move in from the southwest, bringing spells of rain to the south, and then they stall across central parts of the UK and mix with that cold air in the north to bring the possibility on, say, Christmas Day and Boxing Day of snow for some, most likely northern hills. I'll get onto that in just a moment. Another thing that high pressure over Greenland is helping to do is push the jet stream to the south. That's the storm track. And with this low latitude jet stream, we're seeing it pick up areas of low pressure. And this one in particular, later Boxing Day into Monday, bringing perhaps some disruptive winds to France, just on its southern flank. Some uncertainty about its north-south track at the moment, but for the UK it's likely to bring spells of rain to southern areas, whilst it remains fairly chilly further north, albeit fairly unsettled as well. That's the bigger picture, but let's take a look at the detail. And Christmas Eve starts off with some wintry weather in the north. The higher ground of northern Scotland likely to see a covering of snow above around 400 metres, but could cause some disruption for some of the higher routes in Scotland. So bear that in mind if you're travelling here, and bear in mind further south the possibility of some dense fog patches first thing on Christmas Eve across central parts of England in particular. A lot of low cloud, a lot of hill fog actually, and quite damp in the north, whilst a spell of stronger winds and heavy rain moves in by the afternoon. Cornwall, then Devon and Wales, eventually Northern Ireland. That blustery band of rain also bringing mild air, so 12 or 13 in the southwest, whilst it's quite chilly further north, 4 or 5, and in between, we've got all this low cloud covering the hills. So some things to be aware of if you're travelling Christmas Eve, some disruptive weather about. And this band of rain, well, it moves into central areas and that's where it stalls, as I mentioned earlier. So a damp and gloomy start to Christmas Day across Northern Ireland, southern Scotland, northern England, as well as East Anglia. Now, it's in this zone as it mixes with cold air where there is the possibility of a few flakes of snow on Christmas Day. Most likely this will be over the tops of the Pennines. Always a possibility of it affecting southern Scotland, perhaps Snowdonia, depending on its precise position, and the possibility of snow down to lower levels, but you can see it's fizzling out, so nothing particularly heavy anyway. We're just talking a few flakes and a slight covering where that happens, but more likely it's over the hills of northern England. To the north, well, actually it's looking pretty decent on Christmas Day. Plenty of dry and bright weather, a few wintry showers in the far northeast. A keen wind though, Scotland, northern England, Irish Sea coast seeing a gusty wind through Christmas Day. Bear that in mind if you're travelling, or I should say going for a walk after lunch, for example. And further southwest, much milder, spells of rain or showers, and again, a fairly keen breeze. You can see the temperature contrast on Christmas Day, really quite significant across the country. We're talking about 5 to 6 in the north at best, below freezing over the higher ground. Further south, 11 or 12 for the likes of Devon and Cornwall. We repeat it all over again, I think, going into Boxing Day. These weather fronts move up from the southwest, spells of rain, and then stall across central areas where they mix with colder air to give the possibility of a few flakes of snow over northern hills predominantly. But looking to the southwest, and things are about to change. We've got cold air in place for the northern half of the UK, mild to the southwest, 11 or 12 Celsius, showers here, but then this low pressure gets picked up by the jet stream, deepens quite quickly, and brings perhaps a spell of disruptive winds to France with rain on its northern flank as we end Boxing Day for the southwest and then into Bank Holiday Monday for the rest of the south. A lot of cloud then, a lot of low cloud and hill fog, I think, on Bank Holiday Monday, and the possibility of some snow over northern hills and staying quite chilly in the north, whilst it's a bit milder further south. But as far as the temperatures are concerned, it looks likely that there'll be big changes around the middle of next week across the UK. Jet stream diving southwards there in the Atlantic, which means that it pushes north over the UK and milder air starts to arrive. Not only milder, but also at times wetter, low pressure driving further bands of rain or showers in from the southwest. And that mild air is likely to become widespread. Likely to, but not guaranteed at this stage. I want to show you two temperature trend graphs here. This is for southwest England, this is for northeast Scotland. They both show the same thing, which is the temperature trend out to 2 weeks. The red boxes show daytime temperatures, the blue boxes show nighttime temperatures. The bigger the box, these are called box and whisker diagrams. The bigger the box, the more uncertainty. So the most likely temperature is going to be within the box. But the whiskers also show the possibility of other temperatures outside the boxes. Now, what's clear from the southwest of England trend is that the boxes are really small. Looking out to the next 2 weeks, in fact, 10 days' time, New Year's Day, 2nd of January, those boxes are still small. They're also above the red line, quite far above it. The red line is the average. So the temperature trend for southwest England quite clearly shows, with quite a high degree of confidence, that temperature trend will be above average well into 2022. But a different story for northeast Scotland. It also shows the boxes above the red line and that trend of rising temperatures from what they're like to be this weekend through to the new year. But they're bigger boxes and the whiskers extend much further. That means there's the possibility of cold weather. But the most likely scenario is for the mild weather to become established across the UK. That lower possibility was based on the fact that we've still got cold air to the north and the east of the UK, so you can't discount that. But this is the most likely weather chart for, well, next week and into the start of next year. Low pressure to the west of the UK, strong southwesterly winds bringing spells of rain at times, but not all the time, and temperatures in the double figures quite widely. So to summarise, the next week or so, spells of rain or showers. There will be some drier interludes. It's not going to be raining everywhere all the time. I think the rain will move through quite quickly because of the strong wind, but wettest over western hills and very mild for most, but not entirely guaranteed for the likes of the northeast because of that cold air not too far away. So we'll keep you updated on all of that, of course, through the Christmas weekend and into the start of next year. And you can follow those updates on social media. Bye-bye.